Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I am sharing 3 clean and delicious DIY oil-free salad dressings. Now, I have shared some salad dressing recipes with you all in the past, and I did get a lot of requests for some oil-free variations, which makes a lot of sense to me because while oils can be very healthy, they are extremely concentrated sources of fat. So by taking them out of the dressing, you're really gonna lighten your dressings up a bit. And if you wanna incorporate those healthy fats into your salads, you can do that by adding things like avocados and nuts and seeds. So the 3 variations I'll be sharing with you today are a honey mustard vinaigrette, a tahini lemon dressing, and then finally a carrot ginger dressing. So can I please get a big thumbs up for some oil-free variety? Now, all of these recipes make about 1 cup of dressing, and stored in an airtight container in your refrigerator, they should last easily a week. For my first recipe, we're gonna be doing the honey mustard vinaigrette, and I am gonna do this in my food processor. This is a 4-cup food processor. It's definitely one of my most used kitchen tools, so if you guys are interested in checking it out, I will leave a link down in the description box below. So into my food processor goes a 1/2 cup of roughly chopped white onion, and then a 1/4 cup each Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, honey, and filtered water. Now you're gonna notice in these recipes that I'm gonna be adding a little extra water to help thin out the dressings since we're not gonna be using the oil. Then I have about 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a little bit of black pepper. Pop on the lid and blend that up until you have a nice thin vinaigrette. I like to let it blend in one direction and then I go in the opposite direction and just alternate back and forth until I have the texture that I'm looking for. And you can see this is thin and pourable. The flavor of this dressing is a little bit sweet with a nice little tang. So I like to pair it on salads that have a little bit of bite to them. So here I have some spicy arugula with some thin sliced red onion and a few cherry tomatoes. Then I just drizzle the dressing over the top and you've got yourself a match made in heaven. My second recipe is a tahini lemon dressing. And for this one, you can do it right in a spouted cup or a small bowl. You don't need to blend it up. Mixing it by hand will get the job done. So I'm starting out with a 1/2 cup of tahini. If you're not familiar with tahini, all it is sesame paste. So think of it as like almond butter or like peanut butter, but it's made with sesame seeds instead. Then to that, I am adding 1 clove of crushed garlic, a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of hot water, and some salt and pepper. The hot water is what's gonna help to thin this dressing out. Then you're just gonna grab a fork and whisk it all together until it starts to loosen up a bit. If you want it to be a little bit thinner, you would just add a little bit more hot water. And if you like a little bit of sweetness to it, you could also add a tablespoon or 2 of maple syrup. Now, because this dressing is so thick and hearty, I like to pair it with really hearty greens. So for this salad, I'm just doing a really simple kale salad with some carrots over the top. Then I drizzle on the dressing, toss it together, because you really gotta massage this one in, and you've got yourself a hearty, delicious rib sticker salad ready to go. And FYI, you could easily bulk this salad up by adding some chopped apples, some red cabbage, some sunflower seeds, you name it. Whatever you got in your fridge, I say GFI. Go for it. And then for our third and final recipe, I am doing a carrot ginger dressing. And this is the dressing that you get at like Japanese restaurants. We love that dressing. So this is the oil-free version. Now for this dressing, you do need to put it into like some type of high power blender because we have to break down the carrots and the ginger and the onions. So into my blender goes 3/4 cup of roughly chopped carrots that I have also peeled. Then I have 1 heaping tablespoon of grated ginger. You really don't need more than that, especially if you are grating it up because ginger has a really powerful flavor. Then I have a tablespoon of honey to round it out, a 1/4 cup of chopped white onion, then 4 tablespoons of orange juice. You can do fresh squeezed or store-bought, whatever you have on hand. 1 tablespoon of lime juice, a 1/4 cup of water, that's gonna help thin things out, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Tap on your lid, let everything blend up till everything is broken down, and you have a nice thin dressing just like this. This one has a little bit more texture to it, but it should still be fairly pourable. If you need to thin it out, again, a little extra juice or a little extra water will get the job done. Then I will transfer that into an airtight container. I love using these little mason jars because one, you can see through them so you know what's in the fridge, and two, once you pop on the lid, they're sealed, so they're good to go. Now, this dressing I personally like with a lot of crunchy vegetables. So the salad that I'm using here today, it's got crunchy romaine lettuce, and then I have some cucumbers and cauliflower and red cabbage with some sugar snap peas, and then some tomatoes as well. Just drizzle the dressing over the top and the salad is ready to go. This one would also be extra delicious with some avocado over the top. So there you have it, guys. 3 very simple, clean and delicious DIY oil-free salad dressings. And yes, I'm dying to know, which one do you think you're gonna try first? Come on down to the comments below and let me know. And if you haven't already, please do me a favor and take the time to subscribe, like, and share this video with anyone else you know who wants to make healthy eating easy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies. I will see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. Now, what you're gonna notice in these recipes is that you're gonna use a little extra water to make up for the oil. So the dressings aren't quite as viscous. What's that word? Viscous.
I have no idea. Viscosity?
Viscosity. So the dressings aren't quite as viscosity.
No, that's not
Your dressings aren't gonna be quite as viscosity, but don't you worry about it. The flavor's gonna make up for all that viscosity you're missing. Where were we?
I have no idea.
All right.